Looks like it.
Mhm.
Ah, there we go. There, I should be audible now. Um, Peek behind the curtain. Anya and I were doing a little stuff around the house, and I forgot to make sure that my stream was all set up. So, we're good now, though. We're good. Anyway, let's get this party started. Hi, folks. Welcome to Does Anyone Remember Bob, a special October miniseries by Standing Stones Productions with special guests Izzy of Hope's Hearth, and Nichelle. I can talk today, I promise. Today we're playing the titular game Does Anyone Remember Bob, a 200-word RPG by Simon Gottwald. This is a game of body horror and rumors. Most of you joined the support group when the first symptoms emerged. Others waited a lot longer. Some of you are here for the first time. Some have been coming for months. All of you heard the stories about the illness long before you were infected, how it spreads, the growths, the deformations, the camps. But none of you know which stories are true and which ones are just rumors. You still don't know for sure. There is no cure. The transformation is inevitable. It will only get worse. You will be taken away. That's what they say. You are hiding your infection from your relatives and friends. This group is the only place where you can talk freely about it, about what you've heard, about what you've seen, about what you experience. I'm August, and you can find me on Twitter at HarpyDora. My pronouns are they, them. Playing with me, we have, in clockwise order, that means we have Danielle.
Hi, I'm Danielle. I use she, they pronouns, and you can find me on the internet at Redtail Talk 90.
We also have Nichelle.
Hello, I'm Nichelle. I go by she, her pronouns, and you can find me at Mistletoe T Rex.
We have Izzy.
Hi, I'm Izzy. I use sincere pronouns, and you can find me at the Shondeer.
We have Jade.
Hi, hello, I'm Jade. You can find me most places on the internet at Jade Oxford Rose. I use they, them pronouns.
And last but certainly not least, we have Anya.
I'm Anya. I use they, them pronouns. And I don't have anything to plug, but I just want to say that every time you say, like, it's only going to get worse, my head flashes back to a job I had where black stuff was coming out of the air vents whenever the air conditioner turned on, and it was just falling on the desks and stuff. And someone sent out a message that says, it is inevitable and will only get worse.
I remember
Oh,
that.
Oh, God.
Oh my word!
Horrifying. Horrifying.
So that was the motto for a while there.
So on that note,
It is inevitable and will only get worse.
whew.
Impeccable.
Oh man, perfect vibes.
Type that in
Look,
the chat. What the fuck?
I love when management is on the same, like, I'm so tired of this shit level as all the other staff.
Anyway, our lines, which are things we absolutely do not want to see, are racism, sexism, transphobia and homophobia, violence against children and non-sapient animals, domestic violence or intimate partner violence, emotional abuse, sexual assault, and police violence. Our veils, which are things we're fine with addressing but will fade to black on, are self-harm, graphic depictions of violence, steamy situations, hospitalization, and suicidal thoughts or ideation. Content warnings for this game include ableism, mental illness such as depression, body horror, plagues and pandemics, illness, eugenics, and possible mentions of alcohol or drug use. Now that we've got all that, let's convene our support meeting.
Woo.
Woo.
So, Mezu's the first person in this time. He kind of like hobbles in. He's kind of hunched over with his cane this time around. Looks a little raggedy. Like, you know, when you see like a scrunkly cat, uh,
Oh.
kind of looks like that,
So
emotionally and physically. He has bandages on like visible, like skin. His dreads are pulled back into a ponytail, at least as best as they can. And And like he comes in, he's got like some like the bags that you can buy from Aldi's, the reusable ones. And he like brings them over to like a table and like just starts. He pulls out like cookie, like just Tupperware of cookies, like a few of them.
Hmm.
He starts up the coffee maker, and he starts going about getting the chair set up, but it is going to take him a while, and the next person's probably going to come in before he's done.
I think the next person who comes in is Precious.
Oh, good. So,
My
upon walking in, Precious is just going to see like a sword sticking out of his back.
Oh.
oh, buddy.
Yeah. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
I think Precious. I can't get the image of Precious with Heelys out of my head. And so Precious just like
brand.
heelying in with
Hmm.
an armful of stuff from Starbucks, including like one of those like cardboard jugs of like drip coffee. But he comes in and notices the sword and just kind of like hisses and is just like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry, dude," and starts helping set up.
Mezu like just grimaces. Yeah, you can see it too.
Yeah,
Who?
it's not good. I'm not
No,
gonna pretend.
don't feel good either. And then he kind of like looks down at Precious's feet, looks back up, quirks an eyebrow. Heelys? Didn't know they made them in adult size.
Sometimes you just gotta take the pleasure out of life that you can. And sometimes that pleasure is Heelys.
He just nods and then he like gestures with his head over at the table. Made you snickerdoodles.
Oh, score! And
They get the chairs and shit set up, all of the rest of the everything else put out.
yep.
A delicious spread of treats. Mezu also out of one of the bags pulls out like it's not glass, it's like plastic from the dollar store and is like though it looks like just clear skeleton hands because Halloween is around the corner. Like pulls it out, sets it on the table, and then just upends a bag of Werthers into it.
Yep. Sounds accurate.
Yep. And then he sits and just stays there. He's done moving.
I think Allie can probably arrive because the main person I need to be there is Precious.
Mhm.
So Allie comes in. It's like a struggle with the door. Is the door propped open or is it closed?
I think it's propped open.
Okay. So Allie does not struggle with the door. He rolls in
Also on
like
Heelys?
no. So Allie's got like his foot in a boot and he's using one of those foot scooters that like have become recent when people get foot injuries.
Oh
Mhm.
no.
And he wheels in looking haggard, and Precious sees coming in behind him, like hovering over his shoulders, just a big black mass in the shape of a human, like a shadowy, big towering figure.
Can Mezu see this?
No.
Oh boy.
And so Allie's gonna wheel over and get some coffee and look at the snickerdoodles like, score.
There
I
is
could really
also
use these.
oatmeal raisin, chocolate chip, and the chocolate chip is like chocolate chunk chip. And
He
there's
gets
there's a decent array of cookies, not just oatmeal raisin as was threatened.
he gets 2 of every cookie.
Good.
And like wheels over while trying not to drop his plate and have a seat.
Mezu nods and says, Nice to see you today, Allie."
Nice to see y'all. I assume I know who to thank for the cookies. These look amazing.
And thank you. I hope you enjoy them. Parker
Thank
helped
you.
me a great deal with them and he holds up his hands, which are pretty heavily bandaged. Couldn't
Oh.
really hold much.
Allie eats one in like one whole bite, just stuffs it in. This is great. This is good. This is exactly what I needed.
So you got a little something there, kind of gestures over Allie's shoulder.
I think Allie's gonna look behind him and be like, what? And then maybe look down at the scooter. Like, do you mean this? I guess we're twins again. We both have wheels.
Okay. Yeah, no, you just it, it's fine. Probably not, but it's
What's fine anymore, man?
Mezu reaches out and just gently pats Precious on the arm.
Precious having a bad week.
The trauma of seeing everybody else's problems. Great. Fine. Who shows up next?
I think Levi is next through the door.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yeah. And he comes in and trotting next to him, super close to his legs, he's almost tripping over her, is a literal actual coyote.
Like, we can all see it now.
Like, everyone can see it now.
Is it wearing the dried out daisy flower crown?
Oh, yes.
I will say, and this is up to you, but the daisy chains don't fade like a regular daisy chain.
Oh,
shit.
They
love
stay
that.
fresh.
Yeah, she's definitely wearing the daisy crown. But she is like sticking super duper close to Levi's legs. And like he obviously knows that she's there, like he is maneuvering around her. But he definitely seems jumpier than usual, and he he gives everyone a wide berth.
Nice to see you on time today.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, I had my driver drop me off today. Can't do public transportation anymore.
I imagine they are not too keen on a coyote being.
Oh, so you can see it.
And we
Yeah,
all
no, she's right there, just for God and everybody to see.
So we can all see this now.
She's very pretty.
Allie will hold a hand out, like palm down low to the ground, like, is she friendly?
Man. So
I'm gonna get my arm ripped off, dude.
No.
Dude.
no.
No.
She flinches back away from you. And Levi also flinches.
Allie will immediately withdraw his hand, like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
Yeah, it's not your fault. She's generally friendly. And the coyote speaks.
Oh.
And says, we don't do touch.
Oh.
Huh.
Well, is anyone you pointing at Coyote?
Yeah, she talks.
Does she have a name? I guess.
Elzan. I've been calling her
Pleasure to
Els.
meet you, Elzan.
Well, for the both of you, there is cookies and Werther's and lots of coffee.
Precious just looked pleased as punch, like, oh, hey.
It's proof.
I'm not crazy.
In the sort of hullabaloo of everyone being like, "Holy shit, there's a coyote! Oh, she speaks."
There's a
Huh.
whole ass coyote in this room now.
Can you blame us?
Morden has sort of quietly made his way in, has hood up again, and is just quickly gets, or as quickly as he can manage, he's holding himself very stiffly in the way you do, like when you have backache, or just like even just when you're feeling particularly stiff in your back, and will has gives Levi and Hassan a sort of a decent berth before taking up a spot. Whether or not anyone especially notices, he's purposely being quiet, but he's not trying to actively avoid notice.
Mhm.
I think Precious
Um,
notices and is like, hey, I brought you Starbucks, asshole.
Oh,
We're friends here.
Some friends call each other assholes.
Yeah,
That's just
I
how it be.
I mean, Morden will lean lean towards Precious to take the offered coffee. And as he does so, like you feel his hands like take the cup from you, and you feel like a brief sort of pressure against like your back or shoulder, Precious. But it's gone again as Morden sits back. And if you try to look at him directly, like last time, it sort of hurts like that again, like looking into a bright light, but it's not. And there's sort of like almost like a corona effect. Like he looks like bigger, and there's like effectively there's light spilling around him, like head to toe, still the same, but like this weird light that isn't light, it feels bigger.
Mhm.
So he's wearing gloves that he doesn't take off, like leather driving gloves sort of vibe. So as he sits down, he will push the hood back, and as he will go to pull, like, because his hair was long last week, he pulls out a braid, like his hair where it's pulled back in a braid, and it falls down behind with a thump, and it is now hanging down towards the back of the seat part of the chair. If he was unbraided, it would be at like butt length.
Damn.
You'd be able to sit on it.
I
And
think
does say to Precious, "Thanks, asshole."
I think Mizu actually hears some like loud slurping next to him. And
What?
and that's when you realize that like Daisy has like been here, gone to the snack table and everything else, but like nobody has noticed her. And she's just sitting there like downing the cup of coffee and is like
God, Jesus. I love the Foley.
and then just like whispers and says, I can see colors.
Mezu
Great.
glancing at her. Does she have a Red Bull or coffee in her hands?
It's a coffee.
Mezu just. I think it's just. You know that expression that like Southern grandpas will make, or like just Southern old people when they're like, "Oh, you sweet precious child," but it's like amused.
At
It's
that comment, sorry, Izzy, carry on.
no, it's just like he's just. I see. Just reaches out and gently pats her hand.
Morden raises an eyebrow before sipping his own coffee. In I don't quite know how to describe it. His voice sounds the same volume as it always does, but it looks like he's speaking quieter. You are aware of this? You don't know how you are aware of this. It's just like, can't you always see colors? To
Yes,
Daisy.
but like they're really vivid right now.
So it's like
Um,
it's like shrimp color.
Mm.
or like
Shrimp
LSD
color?
colors. There's
Well,
a certain kind of shrimp that can see further into like the ultraviolet spectrum. They've got more cones or rods or whatever it is.
Allie's gonna hand
Whoa.
her a cookie and like, don't listen to their nonsense. Shrimp colors.
Oh, okay.
real, Google it.
I I will say I was a little disappointed. I didn't see any bears in traffic this morning.
Oh, that's because I took the long way around.
God damn it.
Precious almost chokes on his coffee.
just
Basically,
kidding,
Oh my god.
Reggie's
looks at
It
infection.
literally like
grinning.
it just took me to this moment to figure out what you meant. I was like, well, wouldn't that mean you would totally be able to see if there was a bear in traffic because you took different routes? Like, no,
No,
he's
no, honey.
referring to his nickname. Yeah,
I'm the
I get
bear.
it.
I'm the
Yep.
bear, honey. It's me.
Nichelle, the player, has had Red Bull today. We will see how this goes.
Yes.
I think Mezu. Now at this, just is like, all right. Has anybody heard from Tomas?
No. But I mean,
Um,
sometimes he disappears, so
Mezu nodding.
you you haven't seen him, have you, Morden? Like you haven't caught him snooping around the Faraday cage?
just smirks, drinks more coffee.
Oh god.
I think Mezu cracks up like I just did.
Mm.
All right. Well,
Really?
What?
Ugh.
well, we're
Whatever.
gonna get started, and if Tomas shows up, Tomas shows up. If he don't, he don't.
This was meant to be a safe space, Precious. How dare you slut shame me here?
I th- I think
I'm
this is why we
disappointed
can't
in
have
you.
nice things.
I had a comment I was gonna make, but I will hold my tongue.
Out of character. Richard can totally veto this last week, but he currently is out sick, so I get control of the narrative right now.
Morton could be telling lies. We don't know.
You don't know.
Anyway, we all know each other now. Any changes anybody wants to talk about? And besides, obvious, if you want to talk about it, you can. You don't have to. You can talk about whatever the fuck you want.
Like everyone's got some changes.
I will say I appreciate folks who came and helped me with my garden this past week. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to even touch my garden going forward, but we'll see.
Levi waits until everybody has gotten their snacks and sat down, and then gets a cup of coffee and some cookies and pulls a chair out of the circle, like further away from everybody, and then sits down.
Oh, buddy.
Allie trying to open things up, just like, well, I got this now. Pointing at the scooter.
Do
So
you
that's
know what happened,
fun.
or did it just kind of happen?
Just kind of happened. I was just sitting at my desk doing schoolwork, and then I broke my ankle.
I mean, it makes about as much sense as me feeling like a sword is stabbing me in the back. So
What a beautiful metaphor.
no, that's what's
Um,
going on with me. It feels like a sword stabbing me in the back. Precious can see it.
oh,
Yep.
It's not fun. We're both in pain hell, and I'm very sorry for that.
yeah, it doesn't sound fun.
It's not pleasant. Pain
Well,
Solidarity Club.
that's that's all that's new with me. I still have a little bit of my cold, but mostly this thing is taking the attention.
We I don't know if I'm just being paranoid or what, but we might want to start looking for a new meeting place.
Is there a reason you think this one's compromised?
Well,
So
general rule of thumb is you meet somewhere at least 3 times, you should probably move after that.
yeah, I don't know. I've just been seeing some stuff around that has me a little nervous. Wondering if maybe it wouldn't be a good idea to change venues here soon.
Come on. What have you been seeing?
I mean, that is a loaded question to ask our resident pink-haired Cassandra.
I I just mean that makes you feel this way. Is there something we need to be careful with going home tonight?
I mean,
You should always.
just
Oh,
just make sure you're not being followed. But I keep seeing the same couple of cars around, and maybe they're venue staff, but maybe they're not. I don't know, and it's just a feeling, you know? And
okay.
I'm trying to learn to be better about trusting my gut.
Well, you know what they say. It's not paranoia if they really are after you.
Great. Eats another full cookie in one bite.
I'm sorry, Allie. It's just, welcome to the world of the infected.
Government wants us to not be seen.
Pleasure to be here, buddy.
Anybody else?
Well, that one can see colors.
Has anything been going on with you, Daisy?
Um, I mean, nothing really out of the ordinary.
How's your roommate? How's Cascade?
Oh, you know, their usual self. A little bit more growlier than usual, but I mean, I I've I brought home some coffee after last session last week, and so I'm pretty sure that I'm just being over energetic.
Big growlier?
Mhm. You know, when somebody gets a little wants like personal space, is a little grumpy, just growly, rawr, you know?
Oh, like this one points at Levi.
Els growls.
Oh,
Um, I mean, and just kind of looks at Levi. I mean, I honestly haven't heard Levi growl yet, so I have no point of reference on whether or not the two of them are like the same or like anything like that. And you know, I mean, Cascade has told me I can call them growly. But like, I don't think Levi has mentioned if he would allow people to call him growly. I also don't think Alice would appreciate that.
I love her.
Daisy so much. Well, if you could just ask Cascade to call me or text me or something.
I have doesn't do anything.
Then I will call her later. And if she doesn't pick up, I'll call you and ask you very kindly to give her your phone.
Oh, I can't turn my phone all the time when there's somebody I don't want to talk to anymore. But she never talks to them. She just hangs up for me. I don't get it.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Great.
As Cascade's owner, that is correct. Like out of character, just as Izzy. That is correct.
I kind of have this headcanon that Daisy doesn't know how to say no just yet. So
Mhm.
Cascade's helping her with that.
Oh.
Wants to help everybody.
Ow.
And what about Mezu gestures at Daisy? Your flower making?
Mm-hmm.
How is that going?
Haven't you seen your garden?
I have, but I'm asking if it's causing issues for you, like at home or with you yourself.
No. I don't think it's ever caused an issue.
Ever? How long have you
No.
been able to do this?
For reference, Nichelle, we're assuming that the this
Mhm.
infection's been going on since maybe a couple months before nowish last year.
Mhm.
So if she's been able to do this the whole fucking time the infection's been happening, that would be very funny.
Yeah, I think she's just gonna kind of get embarrassed and then just kind of like look around the circle and it's like it takes another sip of coffee.
Mm.
And it's just like, I mean, I've done it as long as I can remember.
Well, I'll be.
Mizu
Huh.
just squints at her.
Let me guess. Daisies weren't your favorite flower for me to put in your garden, Mizu?
No, I'm just concerned. And I'm not about the flowers, just
I know, right? I really need to get Cascade into one of these meetings. I think it would be so beneficial for her, but like, I just don't know. But like, having all of you guys to talk through this with has been really, really encouraging for me.
well, we're glad that we're at least some kind of helpful. I love Daisy so much.
Daisy's very good.
Allie just looking behind, ashamed, like, I'm sorry. Daisies are a lovely flower.
Like Mezu's attention now turns to Morden. And so besides gestures at Morden,
Besides all
anything-
this,
how are things been going with you?
you just gestured at all of me.
Oh, Anya, I was thinking the exact same thing. Well, my back feels like one giant knot.
I can
Um,
sympathize.
the feeling of falling still happening. And he pulls off his gloves and the skin of his hands, and it disappears up under the wrists of his jacket, like up the sleeves, is black, like soot black. And you can see that the tips of his fingers look almost pointed like claws.
I know exactly the photos you're referencing, Jane.
That's sort of the vibe, yeah. Feet too, same sort of thing.
Allie's trying not to look like grossed out, just like, oh man, oh shit.
Well,
Puts the gloves back on.
as unhelpful as it is in this current time we're in for things like that to happen, that is somebody's cup of tea for sure, at least.
Oh my god.
Mizu just grins.
Morden just raises an eyebrow.
Does
Believe me,
this
I
mean?
don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I didn't
No.
mean to
What?
interrupt.
No, you're good, Daisy. What is it?
So does this mean you're becoming like more like your art? And your like art studio?
Sorry. Daisy, you are
Okay.
fucking precious.
Oh, Daisy. Sweet Disney. I wish that were the case. I really do. At least then, I'd be able to make a quick buck off this. OnlyFans, it is the place to be.
Oh my god.
But no,
You're
I don't
probably
think
right.
so.
I mean, I don't see why you couldn't use it for your art.
The government.
Yeah, it would be
Well,
dangerous.
What if those art things? And just
What's
doesn't
that like?
explain anything and just goes back to
Yeah,
sipping her coffee.
yeah,
Bless your
not
heart,
to
Daisy.
deflect, like the pro that I am. You know how you were just saying, Daisy? Now, he wouldn't call her Daisy. He does like calling her Disney. Um, you said that you've been able to make the flowers for as long as you can remember, yeah?
Mhm.
How far back can you remember?
She just kind of like looks up and is like blinking with her mouth open. Is like, I mean, I'm pretty sure like I mean, isn't everyone's childhood more like, Cascade explained it to me. It's kind of like a fever dream of like, you don't really understand what's going on, but like there's just snippets of everything that just kind of like blend together into like one conscious memory. And then all of a sudden you have like an epiphany, and that's when you start like creating real memories that are like separated from each other. And I
Sure.
mean,
And when do your proper memories start?
well, I don't know, about 10 years ago or so.
And you've been making flowers since then?
Uh-huh. I mean, I used to also do them in the fever dreams too, but they were like really wild.
Okie dokie.
There's so much about
Morden
today's
gets up.
space. I just
Yeah, Morden gets up out of his seat and is sort of like pacing like up and down the length of the room. Um, who here other than Elsan has elevated hearing as a result of whatever? Or is it just probably the coyote in the room?
Possibly Mezu, just because a lot of what's going on with him stems from like his PTSD and stuff, so he has a heightened paranoia and
Sure,
awareness of things that are around him.
sure. Then he probably hears like a rustling sound as like modern walk like paces that isn't just clothes moving, but he can't place what it is. What Elsan can probably distinguish is that it sounds a little bit like feathers moving over each other.
Birdman.
Elsan doesn't say anything, but her tail twitches.
Well, I do not currently have the capacity to consider the supernatural more so in our world than just this infection. So attention turns to Levi. So, how is living with Elzan been going? How are you, Elzan? Hello.
Welcome to the group.
Elzan is watching Morden as he paces, and Levi says, well, I was... Rowan noticed her first. I wasn't exactly surprised, thanks to last session, and he looks at Precious. But it's been a learning curve. It's weird.
I can imagine.
It's hard to describe because she's not just a coyote. Like, she looks like a coyote and acts like a coyote and usually sounds like a coyote, but she's not one.
Be able to go places that you aren't? Like, can she go in another room or in another building?
Not another building, sometimes another room. It's distance-based. She can't get more than, I don't know, 5 to 10 feet from me.
Oh, wow.
It hurts if she does. And the thing is, really, that everybody thinks she's a dog, which you might think, Levi,
Convenient.
that's great and convenient because
Yeah.
people would ask a lot of questions if there were just a coyote following you around. But it's not great. And he like swallows really hard. Because people keep trying to pet her.
You could get her a vest, just something that says, please don't touch.
That's a good idea. Yep, I should try
Like
that.
like a service animal thing. You can get them
Yeah,
online.
like, I'm on the job.
Mm.
It won't stop
Please don't
everybody, but
distract
it'll
me, I'm
stop most
working.
people.
Yeah.
And
I'm assuming it doesn't feel good if people touch her.
no, it very doesn't.
Does it feel okay when she touches you and you touch her?
Yeah, that's always okay. And she like leans heavily against the side of his leg. It's just, and it's not everybody, like when like Rowan can touch her. And so I was a little taken by surprise the first time we went out in public. And somebody else tried to, and it felt like they had removed my brain from my skull and licked it.
That is a sensory sensation that I don't think I ever want to experience. I am so sorry.
Allie just looking at his hands like, how do you know what that feels like?
But that's a good idea. I'll have to look into that. Thank you.
Yeah, it'll stop the polite people at least.
He grimaces.
Okay, Izzy, forget. Did Mezu already ask Precious what's going on?
No.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Mezu's attention now turns to Precious. And
Oh,
just expectantly.
oh, it's just same old, same old. I've just, you know how it is. You see something, you don't say something.
See
That's how
something
they
and drink to forget. Yep.
Yeah, that's how the old saying goes. If you see something, tell no one.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've been, I just see more things lately, and it's a little depressing to look at these people, and they have no idea what's about to happen, and you just see some people, it's pretty specific, like I can see specific things with gestures at Allie and Mezu, but
Allie's still looking around like, what?
But, with other people, it's just vague, just like a cloud floating over them. And it doesn't matter if I say anything to them. It doesn't matter if they believe me. It's not going to change anything. So why should I ruin their day,
Mm-hmm. That can't be easy on you.
Precious just kind of shrugs.
Seeing the traumas other people will potentially go through or are going through. I mean, it can't be easy to look at all of us.
Rude.
Well,
I, for one, know I have a sword sticking out of my back, even if none of y'all can see it.
Allie's still looking around wildly like, I have something too, it would seem.
I can't even look at Morden anymore.
Oh,
You're
ouch.
lost.
Wow.
That was a beautiful comeback.
Precious flips him off.
Truly a tragedy for Precious to not be able to gaze upon Morden. But, if you ever need to just, instead of saying it's fine, you don't have to say it's fine. It doesn't have to be fine.
I mean, it's not fine, but there's nothing I can do about it not being fine, so. It might as well be fine.
Mezu's just like looking at Precious, in that way.
Mm.
Like, but he's not gonna say anything else. So instead, he just kind of like he doesn't clap his hands together, but he does like pat his thighs because he's trying really hard not to hurt himself. Um. All right. Well, then, I don't know what the fuck I was about to say just then because it immediately left my brain. That's Izzy speaking in Mesu voice.
Mm.
Lost my train of thought. Um. Oh yeah. If anybody needs anywhere to stay, please feel free to come stop by my place. I've got spare bedrooms. Listen, children moved out, grandbabies moved out. It's just me and sometimes Parker in this big ass house.
I mean, you can't forget about all the plants.
There are also all the plants, yes, but they don't live in the bedrooms.
Uh,
So if you need some place, Daisy, what did you do in my guest bedrooms?
you know,
Uh-oh.
my cup is about empty. I think I should go try some of that other coffee. Pinky
Mesu
rocks.
is like pulling out his phone so that he can text Parker to go check the bedroom. So, well, we're gonna figure out what happened, but if anybody needs somewhere to stay, if they don't feel safe in certain places, I don't live in town, so it's a little bit easier to stay hidden. I love seeing Packbat's reactions to stuff in the chat.
Hmm.
Well, I keep forgetting to have Twitch open.
Hmm.
The most recent one is just Packbat's going, Daisy.
Hey, look, you left Daisy unattended with your label maker. I can't help what she did.
Oh no.
You didn't specifically say not to do it.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
fair. Mezu did not.
And
Instructions
besides,
unclear.
you know,
Got Daisy's all
Mizu,
in the ceiling fan.
Mizu has said he can't go in his garden anymore, so Daisy just brought some of the garden inside
So
and
thoughtful.
named the plants. It's totally normal and fine.
It's totally normal and fine. Also, folks better take a bunch of these cookies with them when they leave. I am not taking any of that home.
Parker will shove a whole Tupperware of cookies into his backpack if you don't stop him. Not Parker.
Yes.
Allie. Damn it.
They're both precious beans, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm pretty sure Parker already has a whole ass container of them
the
cookies.
Parker was
at
the one who
home.
helped make them. Parker got to lick the spoons, the
Aw.
bowls. Like, Parker has had more cookies than I think that he should ever have.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably right. I
Then
think.
as oh, do you want to?
Oh, I was just going to say that I think somebody knocks at the door and is just like 5-minute warning.
Yeah, I think as Mezu is texting Parker, like a little chime goes off on his phone. He's like, yep. All right. Is there anything else anybody wants to say, offer, do before we adjourn for this afternoon?
I just want to talk to Levi before he leaves, but otherwise I'm good. I'll be more than happy to help like break down and stuff. I know the knitting group is very particular of how they want the chairs
They're
done.
very particular about it, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then, like, y'all go ahead and do that, I guess. Daisy talk to Levi while everybody is, like, divvying up cookies and shit.
Mm.
I think Daisy just walks up to Levi and Ellie and is like, so I'm not sure what her dietary restrictions are. but I went ahead and did some research, and then also I fed some of them to Cascade. Don't tell her. She's totally fine. It's I mean, if anything, there was less growling. But
Did you make CBD dog treats?
no, but now that would be totally hilarious. But, I think Daisy just made a couple of treats and is like, "So, there's a couple of different varieties in this tray, and just let me know, like, which one she likes, and I'll be more than happy to share the recipe with you or not. I mean, it's completely dependent on you, on whether or not you wanna cook them, but, like, I am learning how to bake, and it's, like, really exciting, and I got some little I didn't I didn't wanna do, like, bone cookie cutters because, like, I feel like that's way too cliche. Um, so I use the gingerbread man cookie cutters if that helps her feel any better about anything. It seemed to make Cascade really happy, but
Just pretend it's all the people who keep touching her without permission. It's like, I'm gonna eat your head off, and I'm gonna eat your
God,
leg.
That's so beautiful.
and just kinda like holds out the tray and it's like, "So, here you go." I'm handing it to Levi, obviously, Ellie, because like, you don't have hands, but, you know.
Thank you. That's extremely kind of you, Daisy. I really appreciate it.
Mhm.
I'll let you know.
The knitters
then just-
like poke their heads in. It's like, y'all cleared out yet?
Elzan comes back next week with like a detailed pros and cons list of each treat. Like, I think you left this one in for a little bit too long, honestly.
This one needed more bone broth.
Good shit.
Mez is gonna let everybody leave before him because he's gotta like put some of like his Tupperware containers away and stuff. And he's gonna leave like whatever cookies are left for the knitters.
A peace offering. I like it.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Puts on fresh fresh coffee for them.
I think Levi helps.
Oh,
Yeah, Ellie would help do what he can.
yeah. Mezu will also like specifically offer Levi like, you need somewhere that isn't around other people. You can come and stay at my house. It's big enough that you don't even have to see me if you don't want to.
Thank you.
Can't anymore among the plants.
God. Just gets a text back from Parker like, I don't know what she did.
Mm.
They're everywhere.
We'll see what Us Weekly has to say.
I'll keep my eyes out.
Not even really pretending anymore.
No, Mezu
Just
clocked
like-
him like immediately. All right, and we've adjourned the meeting, and people leave, and the knitters come in, and they're like, "Oh, look, cool, free cookies."
Maybe we'll stop being assholes.
No, they won't. Also, we won't be here next week, so it's fine.
Oh.
All right. Well, that has been session 3 of Does Anyone Remember Bob? I have been August. You can still find me on Twitter at HarpyDora, and playing with me today in reverse order has been Anya.
My name's Anya, it still is, and you'll never find me.
We've
Newest
also
Standing Stone Cryptid, Anya.
We've also been joined by Jade.
Still Jade Oxford Rose. Find me online if you wish.
Izzy.
I have been and will continue to be Izzy. You can still find me at the Shondeer. You can also find me on Tumblr at Lots of Deer, and my podcast at Hope's Hearth Pod.
Michelle.
Still Michelle. And you could find me at Mistletoe T-Rex.
And last but not least, Danielle.
And I've been Danielle. You can continue to find me on the internet at Redtail Talk 90. all you probably already know, check out the other podcasts that we have. We do good podcasty things.
We do. All right. In that case, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.